Hello, everyone. As Landon said, I am a code enforcement officer for City of Santa Barbara through Environmental Services. Let me share my screen here. Perfect. Let me know if you guys can see the screen. Perfect. So, like I said, it's through Environmental Services, which is under Sustainability and Resilience. So let me give a quick overview of Clean SBR program. We do legal dumping cleanups and investigation, encampment response program, litter abatement, abandoned shopping carts, amongst other things that you can see there on your screen. And new to the Clean SB program is the implementation of trash and litter. So we have a crew that does about 50 plus city blocks daily. You've probably seen them around town. With that, they also do weekly power washing of underpasses, hotspots, path in front of path. That's a very common hotspot. We do a lot of litter and power washing there. So our encampment response team, it works with parks, creeks, streets, city's attorneys, local PD, the fire department, amongst outside agencies, Caltrans, Union Pacific. And you guys probably seen this. I put this on all our wraps, is how to report encampments, individual needs, litter, shopping cart. So there's the website, also the phone number where you could call, leave a voicemail, and the line directly to us, code enforcement. And one thing that's going to be launching next month is a citywide CRM, customer relationship management program, that residents will be able to say they see an encampment or an overflowing trash container, abandoned shopping cart, or just litter. They'll be able to go in and report it. They'll be able to do a GPS pin to where exactly it is, and they'll be able to get like progress reports. If we started cleaning it up, they'll be able to get real-time progress on it. And it'll be, you can use it as a mobile app through Android or Apple. And this is brand new. It's going to launch next month. So this is going to be great. People are going to be able to get, instant, emails about where the progress is going on that. So on the encampment response, which is also part of us, the program launched in 2019. 2019, we had almost 3,000 reports. Of those, 685 encampments were cleaned. And now that did go down a little bit in 2020 because of COVID. There was a few restrictions there. But last year we had 1,500 reports come in, 13 encampments were cleaned up. Of that was 90 tons of waste. So let me give a little bit of a breakdown on the encampment. So the city of Santa Barbara does have a muni code, which is on your screen, which kind of defines what an encampment is. The encampment has to be a tent, some kind of temporary shelter, the use of a non-city designated cooking facility. Things that don't fall under that is a person standing outside with other property. That is not considered an encampment. Or just a person sleeping outside. That is not considered an encampment. So I wanted to have this so everyone kind of gets an idea of what we can and cannot enforce on. So when we do go to an encampment, first and foremost, we offer services. We offer them a bed at a shelter. If they accept, we contact our outreach provider, which is CityNet, get all the information, and then they kind of take over. If the individual does refuse, that's when we give a 72-hour notice. During that 72-hour, they can voluntarily relocate, accept services, which voids that 72 hours. But after those 72 hours, we do go in and clean up. Items of value are retained for 90 days. for them to retrieve it. So here is from April to June 20. You guys can kind of see where a lot of our stuff came up and which section of the city. We had 473 reports. Encampments were 192. Of those encampments, 152 were cleaned up. Like I said, we go out, we look. If they fall under that element of an encampment, we consider it an encampment. If it doesn't, we can't do anything about it. July to September, we had 402 reports come in. Of those, 191 were encampments. Of those, 261 were cleaned up. You can see where the big section was on the map here. A lot of it was on that transit corridor. From October to December 2022, we had 224 reports come in. 152 were encampments. Of that, 196 was cleaned up. And from January to date, we've had 618 reports come in. Of that, 142 were encampments. And you kind of see where we had a lot more on the east side there. You can see how many of those were cleaned up, 351. Does anyone have any questions?
I wonder, it might be a question for some of our service providers on the call as well, but I wonder, Joao, if you have any sense as to some of the movement patterns. I know you mentioned some people migrating more towards the east side, and especially the upper east side. Were there any other patterns that you've seen in the last 2 quarters?
From what we noticed, a lot of those reports were during the rain season. So a lot of our underpasses are on the east side. So the Milpas, Cacique, Cesar Chavez, that's why we saw them more kind of go in to seek shelter on those underpasses. That's why we did notice that pattern. Anyone have any other questions? Okay, perfect. Thank you, Landon.
Actually, if I can just ask one more then. So Environmental Services already has a pretty helpful dashboard. If you haven't visited it to see, you can see where all these dots are that Joao was pointing out to us. So can you explain, I didn't quite catch what the difference is between the new program that you'll be using and some of the features that will be there?
Well, the new program is just a litter crew. Are you talking about the actual app that's going to be launching, or?
Yeah.
Yes, so the new app, people will be able to use its GPS to pinpoint where there's, say, an overflowing trash container, abandoned shopping cart, litter, encampments. It'll be able to report a whole lot of more things than what we have right now. And with that, they can also get real-time progress reports. There'll be an email or a text that will go out letting them know, hey, work has started, work has been completed, or if it's an encampment, it doesn't fall under an encampment.
Great. Thank you, Joe.